So on top of dropping a bunch of Samurai Remnant collab info, during this newest live stream, they also announced a Rerun event poll where you can vote for 2 events out of 38. The events start from 2020 with the CEO Tower event all the way up to the most recent Christmas 2023 event. You can just pick 2 of them, and the highest voted one would presumably get a rerun in the very near future. This poll goes on only until January 20th. So here are all the 38 events eligible on screen right now, and there are 3 general directions I'd say that people tend to go for, reasons why they want the event to be rerun. The first reason is for the welfare. Obviously, there's a lot of welfares that people missed and they want them back, and one of the more popular suggestions is Summer 7, so they could get other variations of Valkyrie. I personally kind of go against that because I think evocation is a very much utilized feature by Lysangle, and they will continue to utilize it a bunch. So even for Valkyries, I think eventually they will add them into evocation and you will be able to acquire the other variations. And it's not like practically you need 2 versions of that Valkyrie. They don't really pair that well together as arts loopers, and also they're just identical in terms of gameplay anyways. So that is why I won't vote for the welfare. I think evocation is a good enough sort of system for welfares. And the second reason is for the raid up servant, and the only event that people actually talk about they want a rerun for this reason is Arcade Collab, because Draco seems to be super exclusive, especially with the most recent GSSR not including her. People are starting to be scared that Lysangle might never bring back Draco, which I think is absolutely impossible, because if you do remember, during this anniversary, the normal GSSR didn't have Draco, but the Destiny Order GSSR, which is the build your own GSSR, you pick 1 servant from each class, and it's 30 paid Saint Chords instead of 15, you can in fact pick Draco. So they're absolutely not against, re-releasing Draco to people. They might be super greedy and not include her in normal GSSR, but absolutely not against just releasing Draco as a whole. So I definitely see them rerunning Draco's banner, maybe soon in the future, even during 30 million download campaigns perhaps. So personally, I would not vote for Arcade Collab just for Draco, because that event has really good writing, but the gameplay kind of sucks. There's no infinite farming, and it's a mission-based event, and the main story nodes are locked behind missions, and by the time you completed the entire main story, you're probably done with clearing the shop anyways, and you are left with nothing to do. And finally, speaking of no infinite farming, the third kind of event that people really want reran are infinite farming events. Lottos, for example, and also events such as the Bunyan collab, as well as the Rikyu and EO Guda Guda T event. Those are all infinite farming events, and I feel like, especially considering last year's lack of reruns, a lot of people might be short on materials, and that is the reason why I personally would be going for one of these infinite farming events for my vote. And especially, Rikyu T event is one I will go for, because borderline it's better than a lotto, because there's a lot of gold mats, and just like lottos, you can also pick embers or QPs. It's just that the friend points and the mana prisms you'll be missing out, and importantly, the embers can be bundled into larger stacks, because you can pull a bunch of them at once, and instead of having to get stuck with 4 to 5 per stack and clogging up your entire present box, for example. Obviously, you can check which infinite farming event has the most materials you lack and then go for that one. And the second one I will vote for is Tesla Fest, because it is a lotto, but also it has a bunch of exhibition quests where I want to min turn them, because back in the day I didn't have that many supports for min turning, and I just want to challenge myself. But for most people, I bet that's probably not a factor. But once again, I don't want to influence your vote, because I don't want to repeat the Dream voting for Glow Squid Minecraft mob vote mistake, right? I mean, I'm not nearly as popular as Dream, but I'm not gonna try to repeat that. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video, and in the end, I want to apologize for how immature I was about Arya not being in the game, but I know I've kind of been known as the guy who baby rages a bunch. I get baby rage about Kokokhan, I baby rage about a bunch of stuff on the channel as kind of a half joke. I'm usually exaggerating, but I have to tell you, today I am genuinely disappointed. Like, I have not been this upset by FGO in a very long time. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, I apologize. I'm better now, and I still roll for who she goes in.